Scott-free morning show. Who got the flavor? Who got the flow? It's L.Scott, you already know. Bringing the heat wherever you go. Scott-free morning show. Turn it up, let the whole world know.
Take you back to your place. Ooh, that sounded good, didn't I, people? Yeah, you can see it on the screen, people. Look, everybody else talk about it. I might well talk about it too. Now, look, I was not even, make sure y'all can hear me. I was not even going to cover this. I won't. I won't go say nothing about it. Because, hold on. I did not want to pile down on this brother and what he had going on. I guess the Black American in me, even when I know someone's not a nice person, because I've always known the things that we learned in the documentary, like I said, majority of it I already knew. But what it is that it evoked the emotion in you by seeing it in artistic form. So I knew all these things. I already knew it was. But even with that, my compassion in myself, my Black American compassion that always wants to, even when a person's been beat down, I want to say it's enough. The man's took enough of a beating. Pick him up, take him on the inside. I be wanting to tell him that. That's how I am. So when you see the man all in jail, y'all got this man in here pulling time for like ignorant shit. Yeah, that man in jail for stupid shit. The things that he did was slap on the wrist for any other normal person in the world. Now, I ain't talking about all the charges that he had. That's a conversation for another day, which I think was stupid too. But that's another conversation another day. I'm just talking about what he's in there for now. Shouldn't even have that much time. You're talking about years of this man's life. But I think now that the sad part for him, first and foremost, is not unfortunately for him, is what I'm saying. It's unfortunate for him. It's not, most people are not going to view it the way that I do. I'm going to be in the minority, Mr. Diddy man. Most people are not going to say, look, your ass took another beating. Do right moving forward so people don't judge you no more. We Black Americans, we give compassion. If we can give compassion to every other guy on people, we can give it to you too, even though you don't deserve it. None of it at all. And I don't even mean compassion. I'm just saying, let me stop saying, that ain't even compassion. That is, don't let this nigga get railroaded like you wouldn't do a white person. If the white person gonna get off for more, then he shouldn't have to be sitting there that long. Let's have an equal justice system. That's all I'm asking for. And this goes for any other person, black, white, or indifferent. I do not care. I don't want anyone to get railroaded. And I'm glad they brought that up because I'm going to come back to something. I want to talk about people like Harvey Weinstein and them. So y'all try to remember. Help me come back to it. But staying on topic with the Diddy thing, this whole Diddy thing is crazy, man, when you feel it, though. So what I'm saying all that, I still say, once you feel it, and I did catch a couple of those. I'm not even finished yet. I think I got like an episode left, episode and a half left. So where I'm at right now, well, first of all, the whole two. Well, first of all, let's start at the beginning. Let's go back. So let's go back to the beginning, and let's say this first and foremost. Diddy, just like I said about Tamar Braxton, is a product of his environment. Unfortunately, learning so much in depth about his mother, my perception of from the doc, if it's true, and like you say, any document you have to take with a grain of salt because it's someone else's point of view. But in that point of view, just take it for face value that this is all true. His mother was in that dope game or something, and he saw more than what that documentary said that he saw. He experienced more than what that documentary said he experienced as a child. Whatever you see at the early age will shape and mold who you are as a human being and an individual. And that showed more and more throughout this story with him. Because you can see the gradual progression in his behavior as time went on. You feed the beast. It's like alcohol. Money and alcohol are two things. You give it to a person in abundance, you're going to get the true person through and through. And what it is that he sounded like he had a lot of hangups from childhood from being an ugly little boy. I'm not calling him ugly, but I think that's how he views himself. That's why anytime there was a beautiful woman around him, he wanted to take it. Because I was a ugly little nigga nobody wanted. But I'm Diddy now, and I get what I want. But I do believe that shit bit him in the ass with Suge Knight. Man, you should have stayed away from that, bro. Matter of fact, that's what I want to get to when it comes to this story. 50 Cent, which I don't believe 50. I believe they asked 50 to attach his name to. I don't think this is 50. Now he'll tell me different. I don't think he give a shit, but I don't think 50 put this together. I don't. I think they put his name to it so we would all watch it like this, because just like Surviving R. Kelly and things like that, I didn't watch any of those things. I didn't care to watch any of those things. I don't want to rehash people's traumas. But they know how black folks is. We love some shit when somebody's black name attached to it. So they gave us that so we would go watch it. But I think more than anything else, I think it was to do this. This documentary is nothing more. And then I'll finish telling you what this documentary is about then. But so as you're watching the doc, I think the whole Biggie and Tupac thing is things that we all rumored and heard about over the years. So to have a face put to it, and I heard a lot of people, I was looking at a line, said the co-founder guy who was telling a lot of this stuff, incriminating things about Diddy, especially when it came to actually Pac and to Big. That guy, people gonna say, well, he's just bitter because he got fired. Look, I believe he bitter. I would be bitter too. But I think bitter and the truth can still both exist in the same space. You can be bitter about something and still know that something still happened. So you saw the Making the Band, making a walk for cheesecake back in 05, 06, 07, whenever that was. You knew that this man had this stuff capable in him. You knew that every black person on that label, every person, period, on that label was struggling to get their money. We knew about this for decades. Mase told you. New Edition told you. I think Total even told you. Rumored Biggie was a Craig Mack told you. All these people telling you, come on, man, where smoke, there's fire. So you knew it was coming. You knew he was doing it. And let me say this too. Side note, Baps, whatever. I can't remember what her first name is supposed to be now. But Baps, the girl from the band that they made, that Diddy did, that's in the documentary. Shame on you, ma'am. Shame the hell on you. I would say a little harder word, but I'm gonna leave it there. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. I remember watching Making the Band. And I say shame on you because that light-skinned chick that sung in the group should be pissed off at you. Y'all bullied that woman into signing that trash-ass contract with Diddy. Y'all bullied that woman. And now to look back on hindsight, to know that you had a lawyer look at it and tell you this is trash, and you signed it anyway? Oh, that's so horrible. We on Bad Boy. So you forced that lady to sign a crappy deal. You better not ever come out complaining. You better not ever come out complaining about nothing. How dare you? Don. Oh my God, Don. Don. We'll get on Aubrey in a second. Don. Wow. It's hard for me to like a lot of these people in here, you get it. You see what they went through, the stuff that happened. People like Don, though, she don't sit well with me. And it's the only reason why I say that about Don portion of the thing. Don don't sit well with me from the documentary because the things that she rolled with him, no matter what, she was always riding with Diddy. I'm riding with Diddy. I'm riding with Diddy. I'm riding with Diddy. And then to know it's the first moment he get locked up, you turn on him. That tells me one thing. He was taken care of, and then money had ran out. And so what do snakes do when the money run out? They come try to get it anyway by any means necessary. And I believe that's what happened with her. So for me, I frown upon people like that. Now, Aubrey, take her case. Now, I will say this. If the story is true, again, we're taking the context of just that. If the story is true for everything that's in the documentary, Aubrey, I'll give you an apology, boo. Audrey, whatever your name is. I give you my apologies because I just thought you was out here trying to be fast and loose. Who knew this nigga was out here sending you crazy shit in their emails and say, oh, you don't want to get down? Then you can get the fuck out. It is a cold dude, man. I think the one I feel the most sorriest for, though, is what's the other girl in Diddy Dirty Man? I can't think of her name again with a K. I feel most sorry for her. And I don't even think I got to the worst part of her story. I just read about what he gonna do to her. But just the fact of he was riding with her like that, and when she was riding with him like that, yeah, know that couldn't even look out for the cookout. That just speaks to who he was, man. And I know I cannot bypass the elephant in the room, Biggie. Man, oh man. Man, oh man, oh man, when it comes to Biggie. So you're telling me Biggie first and foremost didn't want to go to LA. And then you trying to tell me he didn't want to stay in LA. And both times you basically made him do it. Man, that's horrible. And to know that his life is gone. And then for us to have to hear it now. It's crazy. Besides, I know they got me thinking about something. Here we go again. And it kind of going to bleed into what I'm going to talk about. I may come back and talk about Diddy some more, but let me bleed into this, talk about how I want to say, but this kind of bleeds into it. I'm so sick and tired of lawmakers. Even in this story with Diddy and them. Matter of fact, I'm tying in the boat. I'm so tired of Harvey Weinstein's story. They hiding information. That's what I'm going to talk about. Matter of fact, let me come back to it. I'll just say this with Diddy's story. The guy who basically is in there with the police, basically dropping dime on Diddy. Why we ain't never heard this before? Why they ain't never questioned Diddy for like that for? Why is he man still walking down the street if all of this is valid and true? If they could tie that into into him, they should have picked him up. Why didn't they? They're sitting on it. See, I'm going to tell this country this. You cannot expect the people to respect the law when they are openly seeing some people are above it. And it ain't God that above it. These are everyday people who should not be above it. And it ain't just Diddy. Diddy lets me know something. If a black man in America can do all of the things this man did for 30 plus years and get away with it for so long until they decided, because they decided to bring him down, then imagine what a Jeff Bezos or a Mark Zuckerberg or type. I ain't saying that. Type of man and money, Elon Musk type is doing in this world. So it fits into the, if you can read my lips, if it fits into that same type of rhetoric, because that's what it seems like all these people are into, Diddy just the tip of the iceberg, brother. Start digging. And that kind of leads me into a different topic that I've been trying to get to, pivot, but I still want to keep talking about the Diddy thing. It was so much to cover. Maybe we need to do a part 2. I may come back. I don't know. But it got me talking about what we believe in this world. We got to stop believing and start proving in this world, especially as black folks. What do I mean? People, you notice how on Diddy Watch or Diddy Gate, he's been in prison for a couple of months. We've seen him in prison clothes. We've seen him on the yard. We've seen R. Kelly serenading people. We've seen Bill Cosby in his cell. We've seen one after another. But we always just have to hear about the white person that's in jail. But you never see it. You don't hear about an inmate that said that they were in there with Darren Shaven and that how he's a bitch nigga and everybody's fucking him up. They don't talk about none of that. He's fine. No one ever talks about I shared. None of that ever happens. So it got me to wondering, if a place in this world can take one group of people and subjugate them to the point where they say, I want to take you, your wife, your kids, your grandkids, your grandkids, kids, into perpetuity, then why did I expect them to do anything better than what's happening today with this? What do I mean? Hold on, let me run my chat lips. What do I mean? Why do I believe that a group of people who would do all of that to you wouldn't lie to you about when they had to punish themselves for the same behavior that they do to you every day? You get what I'm saying? Why are they above lying? Oh, okay, fine. That's a built-in excuse now. Just imagine in the world, soon as they say, yo, Harvey Weinstein, you gotta go to prison. All right. Damn. It wasn't to say, they don't say, look, we're gonna put you in the van out back, we're gonna shave your face off for the next 5 years. You're gonna have to pretty much stay over in Europe, okay? You got to stay over there, put some shades on anytime you go out, keep your head bald, do something, get in shape. Try to do something else. No one expects you to get in shape. So you're a fat bastard now. No one ever know it's you. You do that 5 years, come out, we'll say you went in there and got healthy and now you're back. But no, they're gonna say, no, he's in jail. You're just being hateful and stupid and dumb. But like I said, prove it. The burden of proof is on you. I made the statement. You prove it. I didn't say it's real. I said the possibility is. And it sounds real to me. You get what I'm saying? Because it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense that we always got to see these people, hear about these people, and then nothing with these other people. Soon as the trial or the case is over, whoop, whoop, we move on. You ain't talking about that, no. That's over. We ain't talking about that. Hey, you remember that case? What case? Well, I remember what case you're talking about. Yes, you do. You remember that case? I don't know what you're talking about. Well, let me tell you about Diddy. Oh, yeah, you remember. They said Diddy did. You're like, what? Side note, I told you people on this show, black folks with money, especially people we know got money, do not get to pass it on to their next generation. Smokey is the current victim of it. And I was just thinking of somebody, who else is, and then that's how the system took OJ. And they basically told OJ, even in death, sir, you're going to pay for this because you got off. That man got to now pay $58 million from his estate to the Goldman family, if I ain't mistaken. But wow. They said, you people are not going to get to pass anything on. I'm sorry. No, it's not how it's going to work. One of these days, we're going to have a conversation about white folks for real. And we're going to really dive into it. But ain't no need to push the envelope today. I push it like that today, and there's going to be some pushback. I know how you people are. But now, just to finish out the Diddy thing, man, it's people going back and forth why it should have been made, should not have been made. I just wanted to end out this topic by saying this. The documentary isn't to catch a predator. It isn't to remove the man off the street and to have justice done. This isn't what this is about. This is about a man who got too big for his britches in a white world. I don't know what and who or where he pissed off somebody at, but he pissed off somebody. Because the reason why I know he pissed off somebody, forget even the charges he's getting, forget even the extra time they gave to him. They do that to black folks every day. I've seen black folks go to jail 20 years over a steak. You know what I'm saying? It's just stupid. Well, it's the 3 strike rule. I don't give a fuck what strike rule it is. No judge should have sat behind a counter or behind a desk and said to a grown man, you're going to 20 years in prison over a steak in a grocery store. There's no one should say that to you. I don't care what strike rules you have. But if I watch this with Diddy, that's the reason why I know it is, because you can get away with, black men don't get away with anything. Let me get back on top. Black men don't get away with anything. But for him to roll around and do the things that he did for as long as he did, to beat as many cases as he did, easily, to be honest with you, and to keep his persona lets you know he was locked in with some real big dogs. Now, who did he piss off? I don't know. But this documentary was to do one thing only. They started out by telling him when they first put him in jail, I'm going to ruin your life. I wouldn't be surprised if whoever's doing it to him came to him and said this to him. Probably did to him in his cell. You're going to sit here because you think you're bigger than who the fuck you think you are. You're going to sit here. You're going to sit here until I say you can leave. And I'm just going to make up charges on you as I go. And watch how nobody challenges. You want to know why? Because I can do whatever I want and you can't stop it. You got too big for yourself, sir. This is what he's telling Diddy. But you know what? I'm not going to stop there. Because you may eat this time. No, sir. This is over for you. So even when you get out of here after we make you serve longer time than you had, you thought you was going to get out and go on a Diddy tour, apology tour, and we ain't going. No, you going away and you ain't never coming back. And this documentary was the nail in the coffin. Diddy will never walk around freely. He will not build anything else ever again. If he walks away with any money, he's going to be lucky because they're going to come from more lawsuits are going to pop up as he go along. Every person in that movie is going to have a lawsuit. People we didn't see in that movie is going to have a lawsuit. And what they're going to do is all of them, judges going to be handing out like Oprah on favorite things. You get some Diddy money. You get some Diddy money. You get some Diddy money. Everybody gets Diddy money. That's what you going to see. I promise you that's what you're going to see. So I feel bad for you, man. I do. My compassion as a black American don't like to see someone get railroaded. But I also say, too, I don't know if karma's a thing for white folks, but karma's a thing for Negroes, because chickens have definitely came home to roost on this brother. So, hey, it is what it is. What are you going to do? Now you're going to do about it. You chose the life. You got to ride with it. I always say this. If I ever did a crime, I always say this. So I always told people, man, you can tell me if it was like a 96% chance that I could rob a bank and get away with it. Hey, we doing it. I'm joking, but if it's 95, I'm not. No, that's just too high of a risk. But 96, but if I did something like that, I'm telling you, you got to go stand on it, man. You do. That's why I used to hate them people on First 48. I'm gonna be out there shooting people in broad daylight. Memphis, Tennessee, broad daylight, October the 4th. J.J. Johnson sees Taranake, and they see LaMaggio walking down the street. This is a gang beef ready to happen. LaMaggio pulls out his gun and shoots JJ 5 times in broad daylight right in front of a school bus full of kids, a city bus full of city citizens, and a Subway sandwich shop. He gets arrested. He goes down. He gets in front of the person, or he gets away, but he gets away. He goes away. He gets home. Somebody tell, man, I think it's this guy who did it. He gets in the courtroom. Now, mind you, bust off on people in broad daylight with witnesses. You knew somebody was going to tell on you. So why you, when you get in the court, when you get down there to the police station, you crying, oh my God, my mom, I'm so sorry, I don't know why. Why you act like that? You better stand on it if you're willing to do it. That's all I'm saying. So if I'm going to rob a bank or something like that, I'm be willing to stand on it. I got to take that heat because I knew the risk when I walked into it. When you throw rocks at the penitentiary, you're going to get what you ask for sometimes. Okay? So you just can't cry about it. So I think like for Diddy right now, I wouldn't cry about it. This is for, even though they got you in there unjustly for the charges that they got you for, what you're paying for right now, and this is what they wanted the public to feel. You're just serving time for all your injustices that you did over the last 30 some odd years. That's all you're doing. And that's why most people, especially women, because you've done things to violate them, that's what they see. They're not going to forgive you for that. They're not. And so that's what the whole purpose was. So I really do believe the people who put him there let him know that that's what the whole end game was that you wasn't just going to go down. We wanted to ruin every aspect of you. He is ready to, whether he likes it or not, he's ready to get the OJ treatment. You're going to be the new OJ Simpson. OJ's gone. They need to replace him with somebody. There's always the one nigga in the time, and now it's you. You're going to be the name can't nobody touch. You're going to be the name can't nobody talk about. You're going to be the name nobody ever invites. You're going to be the name that when they talk about great music, things like that, your whole label ain't going to come up no more. Biggest will, but they want to associate with you. That was the end game. Unfortunately. Anyway, go to another song. We will be right back, people. See you in a minute. Holla back. Whoa. I know you won't gonna just leave without hitting the like button. What about the subscribe button? Did you hit the follow button? Hit all 3 and let your boy know that you like the content I'm putting out. And if you haven't done it already, do it now. See you guys on the next one. Peace.
It's the Scott Free Morning Show. Who got the flavor? Who got the flow?
Whoa. I know you won't gonna just leave without hitting the like button. What about the subscribe button? Did you hit the follow button? Hit all 3 and let your boy know that you like the content I'm putting out. And if you haven't done it already, do it now. See you guys on the next one. Peace.
It's the Scott Free Morning Show. Who got the flavor? Who got the flow?